Support for Just Seen It comes from Fandor, dedicated to supporting independent films and filmmakers. Movies from around the world are available at fandor.com/PTV. Fandor, all for film. An alien being disguises itself as a young woman. It travels the Scottish countryside looking for male victims to harvest. But it soon finds a strange humanity in Under the Skin.
Hi, I'm Salim, and I'm here with Leah and Kevin. We're here to talk about the new movie, Under the Skin. We've all just seen it. Leah, what'd you think?
I just couldn't figure out what the point of the movie was.
Yeah. That's my issue with the movie. The entire premise is the movie. She's going around abducting these guys
over and over
again. We're not really told why. We just know that she's an alien and she likes to harvest bodies. And it starts to get frustrating because this is supposed to be an in-depth view, an under-the-skin view of this alien, but it's vacuous. You never get below the surface.
I think there's a point when she picked up the guy that had the deformed face, and there was a shift in her where she started to have a little bit of empathy and compassion. And that's when I thought the movie got interesting, because I thought he was an interesting character and she became more interesting at that point.
The things that I found of value and interesting, in addition to some of the stylistic choices that the filmmaker made, was kind of like the brutality of the insignificance of human lives, right?
Yeah.
So for me, that beach scene, that was horrific. And you know, and then when we actually see what happens to the men being harvested, and that's horrific in the way it is rendered on the screen. And those moments for me become terribly interesting. It's just that they really aren't, there's no payoff to them.
And I feel like with, two examples. One is Enemy came out recently, and that was a similar film where you don't really quite know what's going on. At the end, you kind of have to interpret it for yourself. But there I felt like he left clues, and there was a so you had to figure it out, but there was something to figure out. Whereas this, it was so esoteric and just so like, I'm going to put this on the screen, and you're going to be confused, and it's art.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, well, but here's the thing: is Jonathan Glazer directed a movie called Birth.
Couldn't stand it. Sorry.
See, and I loved Birth.
Oh gosh.
I did like Sexy Beast though.
Okay, and
but even Birth was frustrating at times, and Sexy Beast had its incomprehensible moments also. And I think that we have this aesthetic of incomprehensibility, and where it's really esoteric and being accused of being art. Right. And then when you go in and mine those moments, there's nothing there.
But I feel like with Birth there was, and that's why I was disappointed with this.
Well, what's interesting about the director is that he's also known for music videos. He's actually a lot of shorter form content, which I could actually see. Like, he has a great visual aesthetic that I thought was great. But I thought that he was trying to stretch the story out. Actually, there's subject material that he could have used that he just jettisoned for whatever reason.
Well, I kind of feel like he's got a lot of surface stuff happening here, the way you would in a music video and the way you would in a commercial. But this is a film. And he mixes his different styles. So he's got New Hollywood going on, where there's a lot of early 70s filmmaking style going on here. And then he's got, reality TV show style going with the mounted hidden cameras in the vehicle. And then he's got his visual effects that happen when we're in like her lair, where things are reflective and so I'm not sure that the mix works together.
Yeah.
You bring up a good point, which is how they filmed the movie and what they did. Like Scarlett Johannson actually picked up these people and asked them questions, and they were nobodies, and they had to get their permission to use them afterwards. So that is more fascinating than the movie itself.
They've got a nice smile as well, by the way.
Do I?
Aye, big thing.
What about your smile?
Aye.
You have a nice smile yourself.
Cheers.
Good.
Good.
What do we think about ScarJo as this alien called Iserly?
So it's going to be talked about that she bears herself. She gets naked quite a few times in this movie.
Apparently, it was a controversy.
But you know what? When you actually saw the full frontal, it was kind of in shadow, and I was like, meh.
Well, and it's not for me. It's when you have actors and actresses who decide that they want to take this step. Usually, it's for a movie that they really feel is ready for them to do that.
I think she was thinking this was low risk, and so she could go for it on a low risk film.
Really, you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think she thought this was going to be something pretty intense and hard-hitting, and I just don't think it totally worked.
I mean, I do appreciate the fact that she looked like a woman, okay? She was soft, and
she had curves and
full
everything.
And had curves,
I like that part
and
of it too.
You just, it's clear that she's built for comfort, not speed, right? Love that.
Hilarious.
Yeah, she's Black Widow.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Okay.
I think instead of trying to pull from all these different aesthetics and different styles, they should have just done a straight adaptation of the book. And I think it would have been way more interesting.
I mean, I want to kind of support the fact that he's trying to do something different. And sometimes straight up adaptations, especially with something that's probably a little more thought-provoking, might not have worked. But there's a point where you kind of cross a line where you're kind of boring your audience.
Under the Skin really is a case of beauty being only skin deep, but what is there is worth checking out at home, alone, on the sofa, where you can pause the full frontal nudity. Stream it.
Under the Skin attempts to be Kubrick-esque. Unfortunately, it's more of an imitation and wholly frustrating. Stream it.
I agree with both of you, but I have no idea why you're giving it a stream it because you don't seem to like it at all. I did not like it, and I don't really care to pause on ScarJo either, so skip it.
Well, our votes add up to one full ticket, which is a stream it for Under the Skin. Cheers.
To Skin.
ScarJo's.
So there.
AJA Video Systems, proud supporter of Just Seen It, offers a wide range of professional acquisition and post-production solutions. Learn more at aja.com/PTV.